Hi, I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and welcome to Today in Brevard Entertainment. It's still blazing hot outside, but school's back in session, so that must mean it's fall, right? And with fall comes a lot of really fun entertainment. We've got a lot of fun things to tell you about today. We're going to talk about a couple of family-friendly shows that are opening on Brevard stages this weekend. We're going to take you rock climbing in Melbourne, and we're going to give you a preview of the season for the King Center for the Performing Arts in Melbourne. But first, let's check in with Jennifer Sangalang. She's the editor of our Metro Mix Entertainment website. Jennifer, I know the Zap Squad has been really busy in the last couple of weeks. Where have they been lately?
Well, they were slammed last week. They went to 3 places, including Rum Runners in Cocoa Beach, Siggy's in Palm Bay, and County Line in Melbourne.
And I hear that at Rum Runners, it's Cocoa Beach, so I hear that they were wearing bikinis at 11 o'clock at night.
Crazy. Well, I guess if you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, yep, it was a wild time, as you could see from these photos that Heath Chapman took last week. Do you want to hear where we're going this week?
Yeah, let's talk about what's going on this week.
Well, Friday night there is a 70s party at the County Line.
Just in time for the 40th anniversary of Woodstock.
Yep.
Which technically was in the 60s, but same fashion era.
Afros, peace signs. They have a costume contest, so
sounds like a lot of fun. And Jennifer, do you remember Woodstock?
Yeah, he was a little yellow bird that hung out with Snoopy and Charlie Brown and the gang.
Okay, read the Life section on Sunday, and you can find out more about the real Woodstock.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay, where else can you meet up with one of our Zap Squad folks and get your picture taken this weekend?
First, we're going to the Wet Spot in Palm Bay at 7:30. Then we're going to go to Emerald City in Melbourne at 10 o'clock.
So another busy weekend for the Zap Squad.
That's right.
What about the Sam Jam that's going to be going on Sunday?
On Sunday, it's for Sammy Gorman. It's a memorial jam. It's at Captain Katana's on the river.
And that's a great place to go have a meal, have a drink. It's right on the river. They have that big deck. And Sammy Gorman, he was a local musician who passed away earlier this year, and a lot of his friends are getting together, and they're just going to play music, have a good time, and they're also going to be raising money for a fund that helps local musicians and their families when they fall on hard times. So it's a good time for a good cause. So
yep.
That's
Sunday afternoon
at Captain Katana's. And now, I know I've seen this video that we're about to watch, but it still just kind of blows my mind.
The rock climbing video.
You can go rock climbing right here in Melbourne.
Do you have any upper body strength, Suzy?
Not like Shauna does.
I have none. Do you want to see this next video?
Yeah, let's check out Shauna and see how she did at her first try at rock climbing.
You want to tap into your inner daredevil by trying something extreme, such as rock climbing. But guess what? You don't have to live in the mountains to climb to new heights. One option is On the Edge in Melbourne, Florida. I'm here with Derek Wagner, owner of On the Edge, and can you tell us a little bit about the gym? What was the inspiration behind an indoor rock climbing gym?
Well, essentially, indoor gyms got started about 20 years ago when climbers looked for a place to train indoor during the winter hours or winter days. And next thing you know, they created their own following where people started competing, finding its own following with just being indoors, exclusive of the outdoor world.
If you're a first-time climber, what do you need to bring with you?
Themselves and some clothes they can get dirty and sweaty in. We've got everything you need from, the harnesses, the shoes, and the instruction.
These gyms are real nice for training for when you're outside, but if there's nothing outside to climb, then there's plenty of stuff to do inside,
Your forearms are probably the first thing that you'll notice. You go home and you're burning right here. It's stiff, like hard. Your fingers, you don't realize the finger strength thing that, you have to have that.
One thing that makes this gym a little bit more unique than a lot of the other gyms is we have a lot of different types of climbing. Most gyms will only have top rope and lead climbing, but pretty much right in the door we can get you climbing within a few minutes, and that's because we have auto belay systems. Sort of what she's hooked up to right now, she's actually clipped into her harness, and the auto belay system actually pulls in the slack for her, so she doesn't actually require a partner for climbing.
What happens if they like can't grab it?
Okay, there's an example right over there. What's nice about the auto belay is, aside from not really needing any climbing experience, is that as it's bringing you up, if you happen to fall or let go, it'll bring you down really slow and safely to the ground.
So, with literally minutes of instruction, I decided to scale the wall myself. All right, so yeah, I'm ready, I guess. So if you want to try something challenging but fun, check out On the Edge in Melbourne. I'm Shauna Maggard for Metro Mix Brevard and Florida Today. Thanks for watching.
Wow, Shauna, I am really impressed. But now we're going to talk about a couple of other entertainment options that are a little less physically demanding, at least for the audience. Like I said earlier, there are two shows that are going to be opening to popular musicals. One of them is going to be The Children of Eden. This is a show that's going to be opening at Surfside Playhouse in Cocoa Beach. It's the culmination of their youth players program, and it's going to be a great show. It's based on a couple of Bible stories, Noah's Ark and the creation, and it's just a really fun show. You've only got this weekend to see this, so get over there at 8 o'clock on Friday and Saturday night, or at 2 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Another show that's going to be opening this weekend, and you've got a little more time to see that. It's going to be on the stage until August the 29th. That is Grease at Titusville Playhouse. And this is just, there's a reason that this is one of the most popular musicals that's ever been produced. And why don't we take you to the Emma Parrish Theater right now and check in on a rehearsal.
Come on. Some loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
I met a girl crazy for me.
Met a boy, cute as can be.
Grease is about a year in the life of some high school students and how they get along with one another.
It appeals to more than just, the typical theater audience. Everybody loves Grease. It was made famous by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, and now we're putting our own little spin on it, and it's a pretty cool show. I'm pretty cool. These guys are pretty cool.
Freddie, my love, I miss you more than words can say.
Of course, I love Grease Lightning.
I love Grease Lightning too.
I'll have me overhead lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah.
Keep talking, oh, keep talking.
A fuel injection cut off and chrome-plated rods, oh yeah.
I need the money, I need to get the money.
With the 4 feet on the floor, they'll be waiting at the door. You know without a doubt, I'll be really making out in Grease Lightning.
Go, 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 go.
Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning.
Oh, you'll love the show, viewers. I'm talking directly to you people that are watching in the camera. You will love it.
Go, 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 go.
Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning.
Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting down the heat lap trials.
Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning.
You are supreme, the chicks so cream. Oh, Grease Lightning.
Admit it, you're going to be singing Summer Lovin' for the rest of the day, aren't you? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to get that song stuck in your head, but maybe I can give you a little something else to think about and something else to sing about. We spent a little time earlier this week with Steve Janicki. He's the executive director of the King Center for the Performing Arts in Melbourne, and he told us all about the fun and exciting 2009-2010 season at the King Center. Let's go check in with Steve and see what the King Center's got up its sleeve. Hi, I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and I'm here backstage at the King Center with arts writer Pam Harbaugh and the King Center's own Steve Janicki. Steve, thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Well, thanks for being here today. I'm very excited that you're both here. Well, of course, Steve has a lot of exciting news, and it has to do with the King Center's 2009-2010 season, correct?
We have great season lined up for everybody in Brevard County.
I noticed that a lot of very exciting shows are coming up in your Broadway series.
The Broadway series is exquisite this year. We have Legally Blonde coming in, South Pacific. This is the first equity tour of the United States of South Pacific. It's got the largest orchestra that will be on tour ever for a Broadway musical, 25 or 28 pieces in the orchestra pit. So you're going to have the full orchestra sound of Rodgers and Hammerstein.
They can't be cured by putting him near a girly, whirling female feminine.
I just watched the Legally Blonde movie over the weekend, and I want to know about this show. Is it similar to the movie? Do they have the bend and snap dance in the musical? Yeah.
Yes, they do. It's similar to the movie, but I think it's more exciting because everything's going to be live on stage with a live orchestra, and equity actors, of course, and a real dog too. So everything. I mean, it's going to be a great time.
Well, I know that real dog is going to make Suzy happy.
Yes, I do like the dogs, and I have to. I think it's great that you have Chorus Line coming because there's just been so much buzz about that show, especially with the documentary Every Little Step that was out this year, and
it's been around. Yeah, it's been revived. It's been around a while. I saw it in New York a couple of times, the new revival of it, and they brought it up to date, and I think it's just as good as it was when it first came out.
So we get to say that a Chorus Line has legs.
Thank you.
You must allow me that. You have a lot of exciting acts coming. Tony Bennett is coming back for how many times is this now?
You know, this will probably be the fourth time, you know, and people keep coming out to see. I don't know how many more times we can do them, but they keep coming out to see him.
Well, I know that every time he comes here, he goes to an Italian restaurant, and then we get word the next day. We want to find out ahead of time, don't you think?
Well, that was going to be my question. Do you know what restaurant he's going to go to this time? I guess we couldn't really say that because it would get mobbed and then he wouldn't be able to get his dinner. So.
Well, at least we could go have a little pasta with him.
Or a little red wine.
Something like that.
Here's a hint. Just hang out on the beachside restaurants, okay? So maybe you'll see him.
Okay, you've heard it here first. Beachside Italian restaurants.
Somewhere over there, so. Stomp has been here a number of times. Maybe this is probably the fifth time, maybe fourth or fifth time or whatever. And we, when we first brought Stomp into the building, it was such a phenomenal success that it kept coming back every 2 or 3 years after that. And when we first brought it in, we only did 3 performances, and now we're doing 5 performances.
And you also have a couple of shows right on time for St. Patrick's Day, Irish-themed shows. You've got the Irish Tenors coming, and Michael Flatley is...
Right, the Lord of the Dance is coming back again to the King Center. It's another perennial favorite around here. Unfortunately, I've had to pass on a lot of shows because of the fact I do think their fees were very, very unreasonable, considering the times that we're in. But I have been successful this year to really hit hard and renegotiate the fees and keep the artist fees down, which in turn keeps the ticket prices low too, and because I want people to come out and and have a nice escape.
What are some of the strange requests that these artists make when they're here, and the things that they have to have in their dressing room?
I want to know that too.
You want to know that too. Well, I had a strange request one time. It was, I can't remember who the artist was, but they buried deep within their 80-page contract was a requirement that they had to have a G.I. Joe doll in their dressing room. And they were just paying attention because the tour director came up to me and said, "Where's the G.I. Joe doll?" I said, "Surely you've got to be kidding." And he says, "No, it's in the contract." And I said, "Where?" He says, "Here, it's on page 63 or whatever it was, buried in this paragraph or whatever." I said, "Surely you got to be kidding." He says, "Well, we just wanted to make sure that people read the contract." So, we've had artists that are very particular with what they want in their dressing rooms. We've had an artist that wanted 8 shrimp in her cocktail, not 9, not 7, but they had to be 8 jumbo shrimp, and if it wasn't there, she was going to raise all hell. So we've had an artist that made us go out and purchase white bed sheets to throw over the furniture in their dressing room. So I mean, there's a lot of really different stuff on the artist contract. But as the guy who negotiates these contracts, when I first get them in, I try to do what I can to scratch off unreasonable requests if I catch them. So, you know, everybody leaves here happy at the end, and that's what it's about.
Thanks an awful lot. Suzy, do you have anything else you wanted to ask?
No, I just wanted to thank Steve for taking time to talk to us, and I guess it's time for us to head back to the newsroom, where I hope I've got 8 shrimp in my shrimp cocktail waiting for me, not 7, not 9. Thank you for joining us, and we're looking forward to a great season at the King Center this year. I definitely think a girls' night out might be in order for Legally Blonde, and maybe before we go out, we can perfect that bend and snap move that Elle does in the beauty salon. I love that. Before we go, I've got one more thing to tell you about, and I'm going to ask you for your help on this one. For the last few years, we've asked our readers to send in short videos for our 90 Seconds to Fame short film contest. And it's that time of year again. We've gotten 29 great films that we'll be putting up online Monday morning, and we would love for you to go to floridatoday.com and vote. Vote as much as you want, watch all the films, pick your favorites, tell your friends about it. Right now we're going to give you a preview of what some of these talented local filmmakers have done.
This is Chris Kreidler with an update on Florida Today's 90 Seconds to Fame short film contest. Voting starts Monday on floridatoday.com with nearly 30 competitors, all of whom submitted movies that are no longer than a minute and a half. You may recognize some competitors from previous years, including Steve Beerus,
Shake you up, Grandma!
Robbie Sparks,
Once I have them all, I will extract their DNA and make a super formula that will increase my intellect 100-fold!
That's still not very much. Silence!
and Amy Betts. The most entries were in our comedy category. Here's a taste.
You're too old for a babysitter. There's other ways to meet women.
That old thing? I threw it in the garbage.
I'm doing great. I just got a raise and I'm going to use the money to go to Paris.
What? I mean, that's wonderful.
Some of the drama entries are surreal, like The Faceless Men or The Old Man in the Sea, while others are downright intense, as in Melissa Noble's The Knight's Mind. In the documentary home movie category, subjects range from local artist Derek Gores to The Star-Spangled Banner to the ever-popular subject of animals. Freaky, isn't it? Check out all the movies starting Monday at floridatoday.com/film contest as the first of 3 rounds of voting begins. Winners will appear in the Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival in November, and judges will weigh in with their choices before it's over. By then, it might just seem like a dream.
Thanks for joining us for Today in Brevard, and as always, if you want more information about the things we've talked about, you can visit one of our websites, floridatoday.com or brevard.metromix.com, and you can always pick up a copy of tomorrow's TGIF entertainment section. From all of us at Today in Brevard and Florida Today, have a great weekend.